So, welcome to Macclesfield. We're here today with FlowWright Metering Systems on a project that Siemens has been working on with them to develop a flow rig, which eventually we're hoping to get accredited and to use for calibration of flow meters up to DN100. So, FlowWright Metering Systems are an approved partner, but they specialise in flow meters, but as I said, they're there as a value reseller for Siemens instrumentation, so really anything. So the system that we've got here today in front of us is based on TIA Portal version 15. We have a S7 1500 PLC, and everything that we've got connected in the room is on Profinet. So what we've tried to do, which is a little bit different with this calibration facility, is to have all of the instruments on Profibus PA, so we have the digital value coming back, which we know is more accurate. But we're also aware that some customers won't have Profibus PA flow meters to put in the rig, so we've got a high-speed counter. So on one of the tests that we're going to do in a minute, you can see the screen behind us, we're going to have a look at the difference in response time between the high-speed frequency and the Profibus values. So you can see these trends behind us, we're actually looking okay, but we're going to zoom into those. The whole system is being controlled by a comfort panel, and we're using built-in recipes to control the flow rate and to increase the back pressure in the system. Okay, so in this vessel we've got about 2.5 metre cubed of water. We've got a continuous level measurement device, a Siemens LR250, measuring the level in there, and then we have two switches, again Siemens, and they're connected to a remote test system inside the panel. Not so remote, but it's just to demonstrate that we can do that. So, all of the Profibus PA signals that we have on our instruments are coming back to a distribution box called a compact field unit, and that's what you can see in the background. The compact field unit uses plug and produce technology and uses generic GSDs. What it means is I can plug anybody's flow meter in here as the meter on the test. As long as it's got Profibus PA profile 3 or above on, it will start communicating to our system. So one of the USPs for this rig is we can calibrate a Profibus PA flow meter. So if we have a look at the flow rig, we've got two pumps at the bottom there that are being controlled by Siemens G120 inverter drives, and up here, this bit isn't quite ready yet, this is a work in progress. We've got some Cyrarex digital load cells underneath here, and this will be our capture tank, so we can check and calibrate our reference meters in the pipe. We have on-off valves all around the system to divert the flow through different size pipes, and each one of these on-off valves has got some feedback going back to the PLC, so we can control and we've got feedback. On the outlet of the main flow, so coming out of here, this is the meter on the test, a bit of stainless steel pipe. We have a PS2 pneumatic, electro-pneumatic valve positioner, and we're using that to back up the flow to create some back pressure so we can get the air out of the system nice and quick. On the header pipes, we have an air eliminator. I don't know if you can see that at the back there. We'll run it in a minute so you can see, you'll hear the air getting pushed out of the system. And the route the water takes, it comes from the pumps. We divert it through one of these two lines, which have got our reference meters on, that we will send back once a year for calibration to the factory. But when we get the full system working, it will be calibrated to the load cells. So we've got two lines here, 25mm, and I believe this is a DN80 flow meter. And we use these valves to divert the flows through the meter on the test. And this is just a recirc. So we're comparing the totalizers on these flow meters, and we're using the difference to calculate the uncertainty of the meter on the test. We've also got pressure transmitter, so we can monitor the back pressure, and the temperature transmitter. Both of these measurements we'll use at a later date, because as we divert the flow into the weigh tank, that's going to be in kilograms, but we have volumetric flow meters here and here, so we need to convert that volumetric flow reading into mass flow. Of course, when we do it with the top flow meter, it's a Coriolis meter, and that's going to be reading mass flow to start off with anyway. So let's look at the system. What we're going to do is just going to run it, and I'll stand in the background, and hopefully you'll see the air going out of the system, and I'll take some screenshots so you can see how we run a calibration procedure. Okay, so I'm just going to show you some of the screens for controlling this, and when you hear this running for the first time, you'll see or hear the air being pushed out of the system. So that concludes our look around the calibration rig, demo rig at FlowWright Metering Systems. Hope you found it useful. We've got some unique features here where we're calibrating, or able to calibrate and check Profibus PA meters on this rig. It is open for demos and training. We're based in Macclesfield. Give myself a bell via the comments field on YouTube, or contact FlowWright Metering Systems direct from the details that you can see on the screen now. Thanks for listening, and please tune in again for future blogs. Cheers.